We got ourselves team 1 over with Kevin, with Makima, Valir, and Chicago in the back. And Train Me Please is going to be trained by Light Messiah. This man, I think, is trying to see if he can go for the reverse psychology. Train Me Please, but he's kind of hoping, please don't hit me. Please don't hit me. Sounds of the Light, trying to go for mind games, getting interrupted. Flash heal is the only thing. Oh my goodness. The Paladin just didn't even give him a chance. Oh my god. Trying to go for a heal. Quick interrupt. Pop wing. Slamming down. Massive hammer over the boy's head. The guy's got nothing real left. That was actually unfortunate. Getting locked out in Shadow, not having access to Disperse was pretty rough. Bubble immediately as Makima trying to see if he can get himself a bit of an opener versus Light Messiah, forcing a big immunity out of him pretty early. Trying to see if he can maybe avenge the priest from before. Shadow strikes off the bat. Secret technique to follow. Doesn't even go for stuns. This man is just going in for raw damage. Shortest stun in the world. Does go for the eviscerate into advantage just to escape out of there immediately. As Chilpos runs out, walks by the rogue, is going to get himself the swarm rolling in, as well as playing the what looks like the necromantic bargain build. So he's going to have a little bit more burstiness with that big apocalypse slamming down, but not going to be able to summon any homies by his side. Son to mock him. I got himself the full pets attacking him into a big execute. Oh, Chills is playing the execute Reaper build. Oh, that's going to be so good. Cheap shot by Valera right after, immediately breaking out of that stun with an icy bound fortitude. Trying to see if he can go counteroffensive with the rogue. Got himself grippy hand. Cloak shadows follow. AMS versus some of the rogue's abilities. Killing Spirit right after for Valera as they just keep trucking the damage in Chilpos. It's all physical. It's actually going right to Chills. Chills is a lot better at mitigating magic damage than physical, and all these hits are doing a lot of damage, but maybe turn this around onto Valera, gets the rogue incredibly low, summon up the entire army of the dead, and then chase it after the rogue. Try to see if he can end them. Might just go down to the ghouls just there. It's going to be big ghouls summoned up as well, buffed up. Oh, and just gets slaughtered, mauled down by the army of zombos. As Chicago is going to be charging out next, trying to see if he can have himself a go versus Chill. Looks like wants to give him a bit of an honor duel. Big death strike, by the way. When you slay somebody, that death strike is quite juicy. But Chill is going to have to play a little bit slower, I think, for Chicago. It looks like Chicago is changing up towards more elemental enhancement build, more focusing on the lightning, the frost, and the fire damage. For Chilled, that's actually perfect. It's going to be big damage on the Chicago as they do go for a big zap of their own. Raptors are in play. That's going to be a bit extra fire damage for Chilled Pills, who's playing more as a Death Knight anti-caster playstyle, which is like a natural Death Knight thing, really. It's going to be kind of a better matchup. Stun on Chicago, buffing up the pet, knocked back by the Thunder Shock, though. As it's going to be Chicago bailing out of there. Wraith walk for Chilled, trying to see if he can escape the pets. His ghoul is stuck and that totem cannot really help him out whatsoever. Trying to see if he can claw down at Chicago, who may just end up get some more cooldowns rolling blind, as it's going to be a big necromantic bargain done with an execute. Mad damage. Wait a second. Chupos almost had the biggest go. Burn down for Chicago. Just burns their head in the sand, trying to see if he can avoid Chupos. Yet another execute as Elastic comes out. Just sees a little bit more damage. Just keep Chicago low enough. Grounding to him for just a second. It looks like Chicago barely escaped, but the battle best freaking falling off. But this death that is the Reaper of the arena. He's trying to see if he can just rip your souls out of your bodies. Can he do it though? Chicago trying to see if he can get himself a better setup. Chain of Ice right after. Got himself grippy hand. You're not going to be making any easy escapes, but still trying to make it happen either way though. AMS up for Chill Pills, and Chicago looks like they're just going to use Raptor form in order to stay away from the grippy hand. I don't even know if that thing got a grip. Got a proper grip, because I don't think Chicago ever really got super far away. Look at that boot, man. Just yoinked him in with a grapple, with a grip, but it's going to be a thunder shock. Almost like it's just like the momentum. Almost like he hits right into Chill Pills, setting him flying as he gets gripped into the guy. That actually looks so good. Chill Pills, not looking all that healthy right now. No AMS for a good bit. Doesn't have big cooldowns yet when it comes to damage. So potentially could be a opportunity for Chicago to maybe make a turnaround. And Chicago got a wall coming back up in 20 seconds. Should be syncing up pretty close with all the other abilities. Last up for a second. Chilpa's using IBF really early, breaking himself out of that totem. But his pet is trapped back there. Swarm joins in, trying to see if he can ramp up a better damage versus Chicago. Root is going to stop him in place, but Wraithwalk gets him out in the open. It's going to be that necromantic bargain yet again. Maybe has himself the big execute on Chicago. This is going to be that big knockback that he needs. Death Call's doing quite a bit of damage, but not enough. The Ghoul, the Mages of the Dead, trying to get a couple of those Frost Bolts, Shadow Bolts in, but it's just not enough damage just yet. Chicago looks like they're going to go for a bit of recovery. Walls back up. Got himself Guardian coming back up very, very soon. Next stun could be really, really deadly. Chippo's trying to see if he can get himself a setup for Chicago. Sunder, perfect opportunity for Chicago to maybe have a big go. Going to be the dome coming down, so actually trying to prevent Chicago from having a proper go. It's going to be Grounded Totem last second. trinket as the grip comes out, and Chicago, seeing the ghoul transform, still looking to run, still looking to drop down totems to keep the guy at bay. Might even have the static totem too. Got the Raptors, feeling pretty confident. It's gonna be mad hit by Chill Pulse instantly. First global blind to follow on to Chicago, probably has the execute ready. Is it gonna be enough? Trinket burrow down, trying to see if he can avoid Chill Pulse the best possible. Alien Blast, not enough to break through the defenses of the Death Knight. Barely alive, barely hanging in. That's gonna be the Spore Cloak activated. Chill Pulse trinkets out of this one. Got him some grippy hand. Not enough to catch up to Chicago. But look at you, maybe end this right now. Does he have it? And does end up reaping their soul, taking him out of the game. Well done, well done. As the Unholy Death Knight making a small comeback for his team. AMS up as the Hodge comes out. Kevin, unable to get a proper stun, goes in for a Wake of Ashes. Bubble immediately. Chill Pulse needs to find a way to play it super safe. Might decide to go for a Dark Pact here. Death Pact may just have to be used. Have himself the bargain. Probably has himself stun. Sacrifice his main ghoul. Might decide to go for the bargain. Does go for the Death Pact. Might be in a bad spot. Blind. Does he have anything whatsoever? Stun. Is going to try to see if he can get himself some pets, but it's going to be Kevin take him down. Unless you had a blind in the last second and then could just walk away from the guy with a chain of ice. There's just not much you could really do. I feel like if maybe Kevin gave him an opportunity, at least let him get a full set of health, let him catch up a little bit, might have been okay, but that's rough, man. Immediate bubble in the opener, forcing cooldowns out of you. It's just once you got a Death Pact on you, it's so difficult to recover unless you can get away from the enemy. Into a garrote immediately by Demonic, laying out that Assassination said, blessing and protection off the bat for Kevin. Into a stun, trying to see if he can maximize some damage onto Demoniac. Doesn't want to give this rogue a chance or an opportunity. Cloak Shot is by the rogue, trying to see if he can stay on top of Kevin, get all those dots back up, but it's gonna be blind. Trigger to follow. Could be a proper stun by Demoniac as his Spore Cloak does come out. Kevin has himself Shield of Vengeance, potentially wall maybe. Death Mark is going to be up immediately, blind by Kevin. It's going to be tricking out of the rogue. Got himself the evasion with the DFA to follow Kevin. Shield of Vengeance might be enough. Does get quite a bit of damage onto the rogue. Is this enough? Cheat Death throwing in the hammers. Needs to catch up to the rogue right now. Does he have the mobility? Trying to go for Wake of Ashes to keep himself alive. Needs one more hammer. Demoniac looking for an escape. Should be able to get behind the tiger statue and find himself stealth. Kevin, I don't know if you got laying hands or not. If you do, you better use it early. 38% dampening. You better use it as soon as possible. You don't have a wait out of next stun. Somehow keeping Demonic in combat though. I don't even know how. Sap to follow. I think this game maybe goes to Demonic. If he got himself a bit of damage to break past like what, 50-ish% of Kevin's health, he might be okay. Kinder Shot has a wall. I don't think it's going to be easy. Does go for the shift, letting the dots do it, letting the paladin drain and bleed. Is going to throw the hammers. Every single one of those hammers is going to be extra deadly. Demonic better get the hell out of there. Next time the guy got horse. It's going to do a lot. It's going to let him close that gap very, very easily. Kevin needs to go for laying hands as soon as possible. There it goes. Dampening 42%. So it's not that much of a heal, but it's better than nothing. Trying to stay on top of Demonic. How is the guy still on the stealth? Stun? I think it's over. I think the paladin might just have him. Oh my goodness. That is so close. I don't know what kept you in combat there, Demoniac. Actually, it looked like you should have been able to get out of this scot-free. Is it just me? I feel like you should have been able to catch a restart for a while. Kevin does have a Shield of Vengeance, a minute left on the bubble, but I don't think SC is going to let him get that minute. To reflect up, it's going to be Shockwave to follow Kevin with a blind right after, but it's going to be Warrior breaking out of that fairly quickly, taking him out. Well done, well done. My goodness, 3 for Chilled. Was it only 3? Did somebody leave, or is it just 3? I guess it's 3. Kevin does bring it back for his team quite a bit, but the man just ran out of resources by the end of it, man. Well done, well done. Let's get us another going here, yeah?